Hello, beautiful souls. So the funny thing is I came on here and just made the video and pressed cancel instead of stop. And because of that, because of that, I'm here recording it again. But what's really funny is I said that this was one of my favorite lessons, so I'm grateful to do it again. So here we go. Lesson 27. Above all else, I want to see. And this is true. This is our sincerest desire as a soul, as a child of God. And this sight, this vision, is the ticket home to our freedom, to our peace of mind and our peace on earth. And so in truth, in reality, above all else, I desire to see. And I think this lesson today is beautiful because it shows us the truest meaning for all previous course lessons, right? Even with yesterday, we got to look into our mind and see the attack and the angered thoughts that were there. And we're allowing ourselves to uproot it, realizing that currently we're seeing through the mind of attack and angered thoughts, and that's why we see a world of vengeance and attack and hate, because it's in our mind. And we also recognize that we don't know what anything is for. So because we don't know what anything is for, we cannot perceive our best interest. So at this time, we are perceiving that what we want is, a healthier body, to travel, to have a better job, to have more money, to have the most perfect partner, to have things change in our life, to do all these things. But what Jesus is reminding us is that in this limited mind of the ego consciousness, we don't know what is best for us. We don't know what we want. We don't know what anything means. We don't know what anything is for. And so instead of going along with what the ego tempts us of what we think that we want and what we think is in our best interest, to realize that what we really want is vision. What we really want is to see beyond anything else. And in that sight is all made clear, and then we literally get to experience the limitless opportunities for our abundant and joyful and perfect experience here in life that literally is beyond what we can currently see or conceptualize with this ego filter of mind. So that's why today is so breathtakingly beautiful. So as I continue forward with what Jesus says here, he says, today's idea expresses something stronger than mere determination. It gives vision priority among all other desires. You may feel hesitant about using the idea on the ground that you are not sure really that you mean it, but this does not matter. The purpose of today's exercises is to bring the time when the idea will be wholly true a little nearer. So Jesus makes quite clear that even if you don't believe this yet, don't worry about it. Even if you don't understand it yet, don't worry about it. Even if you think it's not true for you yet, don't worry about it. He says that is irrelevant. Just continue to apply it and to continue to be willing to see that this is wholly true for you, because in truth, it is wholly true. We just haven't yet seen it because we're still behind the veil. So that's why we're saying, beyond anything else, I want to see. And then that's when it will become our reality, because we see it as it is and not as we think it is. There may be a great temptation to believe that some sort of sacrifice is being asked of you when you say you want to see above anything else. If you become uneasy about the lack of reservation involved, add, vision has no cost to anyone. And I think this is important here because Jesus is saying that a lot of the time, the mind is going to tell you that, you have to sacrifice, that you're losing something, that if you say that, above all else I want to see, that means I don't get what I want. Jesus is reminding here that vision has no cost to anyone. You don't lose anything. You literally gain everything. So that's why he says here, if fear of loss still persists, add further, it can only bless. We have to remember the intent and the content of every single thought and lesson in the Course in Miracles, right? It is for our highest good, for us and for all of humanity. So when we accept the thought, above all else I want to see, this is a blessing. It doesn't exclude anything. It doesn't exclude anyone. It doesn't exclude our highest good or what we want or what will bring happiness. It literally only includes it. We can't see that right now, but that's why we're asking to see that this is true. So remember, it can only bless. We are not losing anything. The idea for today needs many repetitions for maximum benefit. It should be used at least every half hour and more often if possible. You might try for every 15 or 20 minutes. It is recommended that you set a definite time interval for using the idea when you wake or shortly afterwards and attempt to adhere to it throughout the day. The reason why he says to start your day with this thought is because upon awakening in the morning, you're setting your intention for the day. So when you wake up and shortly thereafter and you apply this thought, it will be a lot easier for you throughout the day to remember that, oh yeah, this is my function for today, to apply this thought, and then to do so every 15, 20, 30 minutes. And Jesus even says here that it will not be difficult to do this even if you are engaged in conversation or otherwise occupied at the time. You can still repeat one short sentence to yourself without disturbing anything that is going on. So literally, even though if your mouth is moving or somebody else is moving and you're in a conversation or you're doing something around the house, whatever, you can still apply this thought, above all else I want to see, as a quick reminder. So when we're open to applying this thought throughout the day, we will receive that reminder, and we can tell ourselves, and just keep an eye on things. When you look at the clock and you see it's 20 after, 30 after, apply it. It says here, the real question is how often will you remember? How much do you want today's idea to be true? Answer one of these questions, and you have answered the other. You will probably miss several applications and perhaps quite a number. Do not be disturbed by this.
Yes.
But do try to keep on your schedule from then on. If only once during the day you feel that you were perfectly sincere while you were repeating today's idea, you can be sure that you have saved yourself many years of effort. So Jesus is almost putting in alignment here. Be sincere in your application, because even one whole, sincerely thought, remembered in the mind, is literally going to save you years of pain and torture, including in this world. And the reason that is so is because these thoughts are thoughts of miracles. And miracles collapse time on behalf of us and all of humanity. So he says, be sincere in your practical application today, and in your sincerity, you will experience a shift in perception and a shift in this world, even if it's for a millisecond, even if it's for a moment. So this is what we are here willing to experience and do today. So today's lesson is a wonderful one, knowing that it is only here to bless, and the vision is at no cost to anyone. Above all else, I want to see. And so it is. I love you, beautiful souls. Enjoy the day today. Bye.